Imagine being offered the job of your dreams, a massive salary, a luxury apartment, power, and respect. But there's a catch. You have no idea who your boss really is. That's exactly what unfolds in the legendary film The Devil's Advocate, starring the phenomenal duo of Al Pacino and young Keanu Reeves. Kevin Lomax is a hotshot defense attorney from a small town with a flawless track record. He's never lost a single case. Ambitious, charming, and above all addicted to winning, even if that means defending clearly guilty clients. So when he's offered a job at one of the most powerful law firms in New York, he doesn't hesitate. Money, prestige, status. How could anyone say no? But the deeper he dives into this new world, the more he realizes something not right. His new boss, John Milton, always knows exactly what to say, always one step ahead. And the question slowly creeps in. Is he even human? Kevin Lomax, played by Keanu Reeves, is young, sharp, and ambitious. A lawyer who's never tasted defeat. Smart, confident, and focused. But his biggest flaw is pride. For him, winning is everything, even if it comes at the cost of truth. And that makes him the perfect target. John Milton, played by Al Pacino, is the enigmatic and magnetic head of the law firm, smooth-talking, charismatic, and always disarming. But the most dangerous thing about him, he knows exactly what you want to hear. He doesn't force or pressure. He simply nudges you toward the decision you were already willing to make, and that's what makes him a perfect antagonist. The Devil's Advocate may start out like a classic story of a young lawyer climbing the career ladder, but it quickly transforms into a psychological thriller laced with mystery and philosophical undertones. It's a film about choice, temptation, and how easy it is to lose yourself chasing success. But at its core, it's a duel between two giants, Neo versus Michael Corleone. Oh, apologize. Keanu Reeves versus Al Pacino. And if you haven't seen this movie yet, watch this review to the end. It just might become a new favorite in your collection. This is a film about pride, about destiny, and about how far one can go while telling themselves, I'm just doing my job. What matters more, success or integrity? And when do you stop controlling the situation and start being controlled by it? Director Taylor Hockford masterfully plays with our perception. We watch as Kevin Lomax gets pulled deeper and deeper into a world where money, influence, and ambition seem endless. But the higher he rises, the more terrifying the fall becomes. This is a film that walks the line between reality and the supernatural, leaving you with unsettling feelings that there is more to the story than meets the eye. One of the Devil's Advocate's strongest traits is how it builds tension gradually. At first, everything feels ordinary. A fresh successful lawyer, a big new job, fresh opportunities. But with each scene, the tension quickly builds. Without realizing it, the viewer starts noticing strange things. Odd reflection in mirrors, subtle shifts in behavior, hints that seem insignificant, until they don't. You begin to sense that something far more powerful is beneath the surface. The film masterfully weaves together three powerful themes: manipulation, temptation, and the cost of success. What if all your wishes suddenly came true? More money, a prestigious job, a luxury apartment, access to the best opportunity. Everything seems perfect, but only at first glance. In The Devil's Advocate, manipulation is the weapon of choice. Milton never commands, never threatens. He seduces. He speaks the words Kevin wants to hear. He fuels his ambition, pushes the boundaries of right and wrong so subtly Kevin doesn't even realize when he's crossed the line. So, how exactly does Milton operate? He uses three key tools to lure Kevin in: ego, He plays to Kevin's pride. You're the best. You're special. You deserve more. It strikes precisely where Kevin is weakest. Freedom. He creates the illusion of control. You're making your own choices. I'm just offering options. But the further Kevin goes, the clearer it becomes. The choices were never really his. The illusion of no consequences. Milton shows that morality is flexible, that the law is just a game to be played, and that makes Kevin dangerously vulnerable. And what about those around him? The most terrifying part isn't Kevin's descent. It's how it affects those closer to him. His wife, Mary Ann, played by Charlize Theron, becomes a symbol of what success can cost. With every step Kevin takes upward, her world crumbles. And what does he do? He doesn't see? Or maybe he chooses not to? That's the film's ultimate temptation, to show that hell can wear the designer suit. But when do you realize you took to the wrong path? The ending. Was it all fate? Throughout the film, Kevin Lomax makes choice after choice. Or does he only think he's choosing? His path is paved with ambition, pride, and self-deception. And when the climax hits, the truth becomes clear. The traps were set, but no one pushed him into them. He walked in on his own. The final scene when Milton reveals his true nature, it's a masterclass in acting. Al Pacino's monologue is a hymn to human vanity. Vanity, my favorite sin. At that moment it's clear, Kevin wasn't lied to. He was simply allowed to be himself. As the credits near, a question lingers. Who is the real devil here? Is Milton truly evil, or just a mirror reflecting human nature? Where is the line between ambition and morality? When does success stop being a triumph and become a cause? The ending leaves us thinking, did Kevin have a chance to change everything? Or was his fate sealed the moment he compromised with his conscience? Kevin Lomax isn't just the protagonist of The Devil's Advocate. He's a living psychological experiment, a man at the volatile crossroads of morality and ambition. What we witness in his arc isn't a simple fall for graves, but a hauntingly compelling transformation from idealism to cynicism, wrapped in the suit of a rising legal star. He's a lawyer who loves winning more than he loves justice. And that's where the first crack in his character begins to show. Kevin isn't inherently evil. He's not greedy, vindictive, or cruel. He's just obsessed with victory. That craving for perfection, for validation, for glory, that's the hook John Milton uses to reel him in. And we, as the audience, watch in slow motion as Kevin's internal compass begins to shift. Not with a sudden jolt, but under the subtle, relentless pressure of vanity. Keanu Reeves plays him with restraint and precision. His portrayal isn't theatrical, it's quietly human. We believe his doubts, his pride, his inner turmoil. He's never explosive, never hysterical, and that makes his descent all the more terrifying. Because Kevin is us. He doesn't run toward darkness out of malice. He follows the bright lights of success and only realizes too late who's standing in the shadows beside him. His relationship with his wife is the heart of his humanity. Through Marianne unraveling, we see the true cost of Kevin's unchecked ambition. He's not a cruel husband, just a man too consumed by the hero narrative he's built for himself. The higher he climbs, the more he fails to notice what's crumbling beneath him. His tragedy isn't in choosing evil, it's in refusing to see how evil can masquerade as success. Kevin is a man who first loses his bearings, then his soul, and finally his very sense of self. His final act isn't just repentance, it's revelation. He understands that even a second chance doesn't guarantee redemption, because temptation never really dies. It just changes faces. And when he hears that unforgettable line, vanity, definitely my favorite scene. We realize the film isn't just a morality tale. It's a meditation on how ambition and downfall are often just inches apart. Kevin Lomax is a courtroom drama set inside the human soul, not a clash of light versus dark, but of choice versus consequence. And it's the way he fights, fails, and maybe, just maybe, finds himself again that makes him not just a character, but one of the most profound moral portraits in all of 90s cinema. In turn, John Milton, the central figure in The Devil's Advocate, played by Al Pacino, is one of the most vibrant and light characters in cinematic history. In Pacino's hands, Milton isn't just a villain. He's a philosophical manipulator, a being whose essence transcends the cliches of traditional devil. He doesn't merely represent evil. He embodies the very temptations that define the human journey toward power, success, and validation. Milton isn't simply the devil. He's the architect of desire. He knows the crux in the human soul better than anyone. He doesn't cause. He offers. He doesn't force control. He provides choice. His mastery lies not in domination, but in understanding what truly motivates people, and then using that understanding as his most potent weapon. He's less a demon and more a strategist, a long-game tactician with the subtlety of psychoanalyst. To Milton, the human condition is a constellation of unmet needs, and he aims to get people to admit their weaknesses, then take the paths of no return. Al Pacino doesn't play Milton, he becomes him. Every glance carries a threat, every smile flows with irony. He doesn't just manipulate the characters around him, he manipulates us, the audience. His charm masks his cruelty, his eloquence disarms. He's not evil in traditional sense. He's something far more dangerous, a symbol of the inevitable force that pulls in anyone who steps too close. Milton is a metaphor for power itself. He's the embodiment of an ideal that many find not only tempting, but necessary for success. And that's the tragedy. His promises are hollow, but their cost is devastating. Milton isn't merely an antagonist. He's a test, a trial for anyone who crosses his path. This isn't just a character, it's a confrontation. And in Milton's world, the scariest part isn't that the devil exists, but how much of him we already carry within ourselves. So, why should you watch The Devil's Advocate? A brilliant duo, Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves, the rare kind of on-screen chemistry that feels electric. A story that grips you till the end. It's more than a legal thriller. It's a parable about temptation and free will. An atmosphere that makes you question reality itself. The mystical elements are woven so delicately, you'll wonder, is it supernatural or just psychological? The Devil's Advocate remains timeless, because it's about the choices we make every day, and the deals we make with ourselves. Would you take the job? Tell us in the comments. Thank you for joining me in this review. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and of course subscribe. I truly appreciate every one of you. Let's make movie reviews not just informative, but truly beautiful and engaging together. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Ta-ta!